What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great day. We got 2 days until the end of the year. So we're going to talk about the top 5 cryptos of 2025. Now, number one, I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, I think that the number one crypto has to be Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you number 2 is going to be XRP. And number 3, we'll get there. We're going to get there, boo-boo. It's going to be fine. And by the way, I'm not doing this based on any kind of financial certainty. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to put a mixture here of some of the different opportunities that there's going to be. So if you have a lot of money and you're investing with a lot of money, then the first couple are going to be the ones that you're going to want to do. But if you're in the mood for a little bit of risk and you want to make at least 100x return, I got a couple on the list here for you as well. So simmer down, buckle up. I don't know. Use your words, believes. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, let's get into it. So it's actually very, very simple. Bitcoin is your number one crypto. The end. There's when it comes to Bitcoin, there is no number 2, but there are problems, and it's only going to go so far. So first, I just want to say this. This is going to be an interesting top 5. I think many of you already might know what my selections are. If you follow me for any length of time, then you probably have an idea what they are. There's no meme coins involved. And by the way, there's no secondary cryptos involved in an ecosystem, but we will get into some of that as we go along. So as far as news goes, let's kick it off with the first part, and that is the Fear and Greed Index. We're sitting at 65 right now. I told you guys that we're in that kind of golden zone here where we're just getting ready for that banana zone. And we're very, very close, but we're not exactly there yet. So then the question would be like, what is it? What's the next move? When are we going to see, whatever big move comes along? When is it going to happen? And the point to it is, I think, in my opinion, we're about to get there in just a couple of days. There's a couple of things that are happening in the market that are probably going to send a lot of things soaring. And I think that there's one that nobody is paying attention to except for me. And the only reason that I'm paying attention to it is because I'm a genius and because I do this kind of shit, and it's because I love you guys. That's why. That's why. Okay. So and let's kick it off with the first portion of it. And this is what is going to matter, I think, the most, right? It says right here. And what is this? This is FTX payouts are coming. How high can FTT price get? Now, what does this mean? Well, there's about $12 billion. There's about $12 billion in funds that are going to be paid out over the next couple of days from FTX. Now, FTX is trading at $3.50, marking a rise of 245% from September lows and pushing its market cap to over 1.1 billion. So, in mid-December, the FTX estate announced that a U.S. court had approved a Chapter 11 reorganization plan set to take effect on January 3rd. Creditors can begin making claims on that date, and the initial distribution is expected 60 days later. Now, there will be a distribution coming around January 5, and it will cause a big spike in FTX price. And do you know what moves along with FTX? Luna Classic. If you come over here and you start breaking down this chart and you start breaking down the Luna Classic chart, does anybody notice how similar this thing is to FTX? Like when you start to look at it and you start to break it down, there are alarming similarities and by the way, that does not extend to everything. If you look at it on Ethereum, that's not the same. So Luna Classic really right now and FTX are two kind of peas in a pod, if you will, and they will probably spike at around the same time. So in the event that we're about to get an enormous spike on FTX, then it stands to reason we're probably going to get an enormous spike on Luna Classic too. Now, if that is the case, then I would suspect that we're probably going to do this test up here, which is where I told you guys that we would probably end up to begin with. And it'll pop up here, it'll reject down here, and then start breaking out from here, and then ultimately settle up with like 2 zeros or something like that. And I haven't really predicted how we're going to continue in this market yet, but I do want to say for you guys, and Luna Classic is not one of my top 5s, by the way. I do want to stress that. It is not one of my top 5s, but it is something that I do believe is going to have an enormous run. So if that is the case, why did I not include it? Well, there's too many there's too many unreliable factors when it comes down to it. Now, if you are a fan of Happy Caddy Crypto, then you might have saw a video that he did the other day that said, hey, everything was burned already. So everything that's burned, Terraform Labs did everything, right? You come down here and you start to look at USTC, but you see that on Happy Caddy Crypto's website, 290 million are still listed under TFL, which means that that's not true, or Happy Caddy Crypto got it wrong. And if he got it wrong, how many other of these are wrong? Because he told you in this last video, everything from TFL was burned. 290 million sit here from TFL and 58 million from TFL are still on the docket here. Why are they not burned? And if so, what is going on with that? Well, Happy Caddy Crypto said that everything that was required to be burned was burned. So he was wrong about these wallets. And, you know, look, kind of got our hopes up for nothing. Maybe he's just not good at tracking. You know, maybe he's just subpar at wallet tracking. Could be the case. I don't know. I don't know how everything changed from there, but that's where we are. So just to be clear here, it is my belief that there's about 350 million still left to be burned, but according to him, it's all been burned. So I don't know why it's still labeled TFL as top holders. Now, of course, he could just change this over time, which is why we're doing it by video right now, just to remind people that these wallets right here, despite not burning, are supposed to have been burned according to his own data. So I don't know what you do with that information, but I just think that I think we're going to spike. I think we're going to have a nice little run, but I don't think the information that we were provided with and the reliance that we had on Happy Caddy Crypto doing his docket work on the bankruptcy, I don't think that was a smart move. I think that we probably should have done it ourselves. I trusted that he had the correct information. Clearly, he did not. It's still labeled that way on his website. So I don't know. Anyway, so FTX going to spike. Along with spiking FTX, then presumably that means that we're going to see Luna Classic start to spike as well. So I would be watching out for that to happen over the next little while. Also, if you haven't already, you should be checking out MSI Token. Remember, they had a relaunch. Everything just happened. And look, when you go down here, you can see here, like just like everything else, like we're just kind of cruising through the end of the holidays, looking for, you know, some opportunity. And Anna says here, looks like a good entry into Teema. We're actually going to check out Teema in just a few moments. Thank you, Jacob, as well. We're going to check out Teema because we made a bunch off of that one a little while back. So And by the way, I'm not currently a holder of Teema, so if there is an entry position, then maybe we will take it. Now, again, if you are not already, get yourself a bag of MSI. MSI is the gas that runs the ticker trending here, and MSI is number 1 right now on that. Sato is number 3 overall, and we're a holder of Sato too, and we're a holder of LFGO. Now, one of the things that you will notice is there's kind of a decline in price on a lot of these different ones. And as you go down here, you now have this data over here, which I told you guys was coming. Now this thing looks just so much better. You've got a 30-minute, you've got a 1 hour, you've got all the data that you need in order to effectively just kind of look at each one of these. Now, by the way, Monkey Shit Inu was renamed Monkey Soul Inu. So it's got 1.9K holders, 244,000 in liquidity, 1 billion in supply, and a 4.5 million market cap. So look, if it goes to 450 million market cap, $500 million, that's 100x from where it is. Shouldn't you be holding something that you think is probably going to go to 100x? And by the way, again, this is not one of my this is not one of my top 5. This is a meme coin. And Pablo will tell you the same thing. This is just a meme coin, okay? But you should have yourself a little bag of MSI because it will explode at some point and it will do something. And by the way, I do want to stress, Pablo got robbed just like everybody else got robbed. So what we really need to look at is what will he do in order to make this thing go crazy? And I think that he will push this thing to a really big high. Like I really think that we're probably going to see some major listings. We're going to see a lot of different things happen with MSI over the next couple of months because it's in the bull phase. Because it's in the bull phase. I think we're going to see some kind of massive sort of move here. Guten Morgan, thoughts on Solcex member for 9 months. If you're not a member, you should be a member of the channel. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong? Ugh, gross. All right, let's go look at Solcex. All right, so I don't see it there. The first centralized exchange launched on Solana. Well, first of all, let's go look at the exchange. Okay, very so far clean, but can we stop though for a second, Mike, and just say that Solcex is really kind of creepy? Like, you got to be a hippie to have Solcex. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not really. Look, now let's look at the trading window though, because who knows? It might be my partner very soon. Okay, so it's nothing that we haven't seen before. Hiss is in here. Club Moon is in here. Soul Cat is in here. Whiskey Rodai, Mudang, Cardano Soul, Honk, Bitcat, ACT, Popcat, Peanut, Pengu, Mew, all the familiar foes, if you will. So they've got a decent selection of cryptos. Let's see, USDT pairing, Sol pairing, Tron pairing, USDC pairing, and your basic grid. So they've got some, not a lot, but we'll see whether or not this is. So far, it looks like it's got a good start. I like the layout, but the layout looks just like every other one. So I don't think that it's any more or less impressive at this point than anything else. But the fact that it's functional, working right now, and you can trade on it would probably be a really good sign. And hopefully, I don't know what this new on-off ramp is, but I assume it's going to show you exactly how to buy cryptocurrency. Yeah. So we'll see. But I would definitely be holding some Solcex. Just can't say it without smiling, because that is kind of hilarious. That really is kind of hilarious. But let's go, because we got a crowd in here. Let's talk about Teema right now. Okay, so Teema is Look, I made out like a bandit when it came to Temu or Teema. I keep saying Teema. But so here we are, and thank you for the $6. Eric, we're checking out Teema, and Timothy as well. We're checking out Teema. So look at this right here. So remember here, the what I gave you guys and what we got in down here on Teema. We had an enormous run up here. Now, to give you guys clarity here, I bought right here, and then I sold. Not at the top, but kind of like in this little range right here at about 2.5 cents. So I turned, for me, I turned 1 Solana on Teema into 40 Solana on this move right here. And then I cleared out from there, and then I didn't buy back in on this dip. Now, if I did, then it would have gone all the way up to 7 cents, basically 6.5 cents. This was a big move for Teema, and this put it at almost a $65 million market cap. Now, because it was a $65 million market cap, it had a massive sort of correction. And I mean, you can make an argument if you're looking for, it's early, by the way. So, let's at least consider that. But if you were looking at like maybe Elliott wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you got 1, 2, 3. You might be at the bottom of this correction. If you look at it from the impulse move right here, and you look at it on a fib, you've already come down below your zone. You got very, very lucky if you were buying in right now. My opinion, by the way, but you got very, very lucky in buying back in at this little bottom right here. And I think that it's going to continue to spike. So over the last, these are hour candles. Oh my God, I'm on hour candles. Anyway, 20 million market cap, spiked back up to a $34 million market cap. That was easy money for anybody playing this. Now, what I would say is it spiked in between the 786 and the 618. Now, this would mean, or should mean, that we're going to have a retest, and we had the retest right here of the 236. So we had, and what do I always tell you guys? I think that we're going to have a spike up here. Then we're going to have a spike back down here. Then we're going to have a spike back up here, which is the 236, which happened over here twice in a row. Then it broke down even further. And what does that mean? That's basically your cleansing fire here. So we're going to have a spike back up to probably that 70 million market cap. That's what that would normally mean. Okay. That's what I would think is getting ready to happen. So if you are on board with Teema, then I would suspect that you're probably going back to 7 cents or 6.5 cents in pretty short order. And by the way, this team has done a fantastic job of keeping people engaged by keeping a lot of people doing a lot of trading. Again, 30 million market cap, but it's got $11 million in volume. And by the way, it doesn't have to dump for it to have that kind of volume. That's not what this is about. It had its spike. It had its retest on 236 from the golden zone here. It came back down even deeper. So now it's going to spike even higher. So look, I would be looking for Teema to have a huge run over the next little while. Masonic Mike in the house. We had from Masonic Mike, $10 bomb here. Appreciate you for everything. Thoughts on Octonet AI on Solana. So Octonet. Boy, I'm using O's and I'm using P's instead of O's. These O's ain't loyal. Jesus Christ. Now, here's what I do want to say about this before we get started. If you guys remember, there is one TARS AI. It is part of the Solana Foundation. This is TARS AI is the only AI that's approved by the Solana Foundation. That should be a very big call to arms for TARS AI. However, when you look at something like Octonet AI, I mean, guys, you really kind of, okay, so this launched back here in November. And from what you gather at this point, we have 196,000 in trade volume, which means that there's not a whole lot of trading going on, but there are a lot of holders, and there's almost 5,000 holders, 1.6 million in liquidity, and a 1.667 million market cap, or 16.67 million market cap. There's only 100 million supply. So the question would now be, if there is anything to this, what will it do? Well, going to the website, it is decentralized AI network on Solana, but scalable, fast, and affordable AI tools for devs, business researchers, custom agents, GPU rentals. Okay, so our services, GPU rental. So a flexible pay-as-you-go GPU rental service designed to provide high-performance computing at competitive prices. Octo VPN, a private VPN, a terminal creator, GPU cloud gaming, AI project tools, AI wallet. Okay, so I'm going to need more time on this, Masonic Mike, because I don't know. This really looks kind of awesome. This actually looks really, really good. Project allocation is 60%. Liquidity pool is 20%. Pre-sale is 20% on tokenomics. Jesus Christ. So you have the white paper, all right. So, okay. So this one's going to be complicated. Octo GPU, Octo Terminal, Octo Wallet. This is a lot to be launching all at one spot. So let me just say that this is really kind of cool. But there's a lot to this. So I'm gonna need to know a lot more about this project before I say that, I think it's gonna go out of its mind or anything like that. Tokenomics, they're clear. The roadmap is, I can't say good, bad, or indifferent. The roadmap looks kind of standard. Where's the team? That's what I would want to see. Like, where's the about us? Solana blockchain. Okay. Okay. So the fact that there's no team out here, that I don't see a team, makes me a little bit nervous about this. So it sounds good. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to try these. The DApp here is available for Octo GPU and Octo VPN and Octo Wallet. So that's cool, but there's going to be some testing needed to see if it's any good or not. This actually could be. It could be good, but I would have concerns because it doesn't have its. I mean, there's no team here, so if you're a degen play, fine. If you're not a degen play, then your face should be front and center for this thing, and I don't see it right now. So I would be looking at. I think they need to update that. I think they need to do some kind of update here. Here's the wallet, by the way. So if the team is interested in doing promotional stuff, look, you're in it. You let me know. Reach out to the team, see if they're interested in it, and see if we can do some work together. I will test everything out on screen for people and shit like that. So have them reach out and let me know. But I mean, as far as this goes, when you look at it from this context, boom. So it had a big move. It had a dump down. It retested the three. So it retested, by the way. It made a full move. Then it came back and it retested and it went higher than the 236. So let's move this a little bit because that looks like the impulse move is probably going to come right there. So we had a big move. Then it broke out from there, came back down, did a retest, 236'd it. Then it came down in here and it hasn't moved since this right here. Now, the reason for this, by the way, is I think there are concerns that I'm illustrating right now that, there needs to be something more. And I don't see it yet. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the project. Just means that, so far I don't see the same thing. So I would have a little bit of concern at the moment, but it would be worth it to take a shot at, is it going to dip more? It would be my question. That would be my question. Is it going to dip more? And if it is, can I get my hands on it at 9 cents? And the reason for that is these tops over here and these bottoms over here, this little 9-cent range right here seems to be kind of a spot right there that, if I could get it down into this zone, I would become more of a buyer, because then it would be a 9 million market cap, sub 10 million. I don't like it at 17 million, even though it's had a fair move. It hasn't pulled itself above this 786, which means that it's headed down, most likely. So if that's the case, then, again, I would be looking for, I would be looking for some downward momentum and then a spike from there, maybe even coming back into 20 cents to 23-cent range, right in this little spot right there. So that's what I would think would be happening. Meat is in the house, and we're going to talk about now. No one will know. No one will know. No one will know. No one will know. Now, if you're not, I am a holder and no one will know. I got in at a little cheaper price than we're at right now. I've seen it spike multiple times coming up here, but it hasn't broken out yet. Now, I do think that this thing is going to break out pretty soon. I don't know how high it's going to go. It's got a little sideways action on it. Now, when I say that, let's go look at the impulse move and let's see where it played out. And by the way, that goes from here to here. And you can see that it came back down into the golden zone, came back up for that 236 test, came back down deeper, spiked back up to 236, came back down, spiked up to 236, came all the way down deeper, spiked back up to 236, came all the way down here to 618. This is the sign that it's ready for another run to its all-time high right here. So I would suspect, and by the way, if it does that, then an immediate breakout, most likely to 0.002, is in the cards for now. No, NOWK. NOWK. No one will know. No one will know. So that's what I think is going to happen right there. And by the way, I like the team behind it. And, I'm not supposed to, I don't know if I'm supposed to say the team and who they are or anything like that. So I can't tell you. You'll have to look it up for yourself and figure it out. But I am a holder. I do think that we're going to have a run up here and do about a little 6x, something like that. Now, the market cap, 528,000. I think that this has the potential to go to 20 million. And by the way, when you start looking around at some of these meme coins and stuff like that, then you will see that 20 million should be that next little pump sort of level. So there is a possibility. There is a possibility that we see this thing go on just an epic run, but I don't know yet. It just came off of Pump Fund, so not really sure. But what I do think is 302 is probably in the bag at this point. Now, it will not happen, I don't think, today or tomorrow. I think it'll be the beginning of January before it really starts to pump. But this is going to get found. And I think we'll probably see a nice little pump. Again, my problem would be the same as some of these other ones. Like, you got about 600 holders and you got about 38,000 in volume. Now, if I were to look at it from this context and be honest about it, let's zoom out here just a little bit. Kind of look at this on the 1 hour. And if I'm looking at it on the 1 hour, and I'm looking for spikes here, I'm looking at it, it looks pretty clean. Like, it looks like the distribution of the pump is not being done by people who are already in buying more coins. Okay. They're not trying to artificially inflate and pump it up. When you get a spike here, you got a spike here, you got a spike here, you got to move down, you got to move down, you got to move down and down, down and down. Like, everything looks very, very clean if you're looking RSI to chart. So I don't think there's anything bad here so far. So I do suspect we'll probably see some kind of little pump coming. And I do think that as we're talking, we're watching, the trade volume here. I think the trade volume could be better. But also part of that is Solana is now down to 185. So let's remember where the pairing is. And remember that, some of these things are affected by that pairing, and it's experiencing a dump based on that Solana pairing right now. Solana should be at $400 by now, basically. So, we'll see what happens with that. But let's move on now, because it is time. Let's talk about CoinChick one time, though. Making moves today on and off the pole. All right. So, and they'll be on Pablo's upcoming spaces. So if you haven't already, certainly go check that out. But if you haven't, I am a holder and one of the biggest liquidity providers of CC Coin. So if you are interested right now, then CCC is trading at 1893, kind of stuck in that range. Again, ultimately, when you zoom out and you start to look at it on a longer time frame, like, oh my God, like how pedantic are you to be doing it on a 1 hour, please? So it's kind of capped out here. Like the rest of the market, it's waiting for that move. That move has not happened yet. And I do think that it's kind of just consolidating for a big spike and a big run. So I think that, again, if this goes 10 million market cap, you're looking at about a 70x from where it is right now. I want to say 60x, something like that. So there's a big amount to be made off of this. Like this is not far from being one of the biggest, just absolutely breakout sort of things. And again, it only takes a couple million market cap for this to be life-changing for some people, because it's 178,000 market cap, 66,000, and it's got more holders, 628. It's got more holders, and we were just talking about one, by the way. I want to point this out. When we look at No One Will Know, and we look at this one, okay? So CC Coin has 628, and it's got a market cap of 178,000. No One Will Know, 592, but it's got a 521 million market cap. So just based on the market cap, this thing should be 5-6 times higher, just in my opinion. So, and that's not against No One Will Know, by the way. That's, over here, we got, here we go. MSI has 2,000 holders. So if they triple their holding, that would only be 500,000 market cap, but this is 4.4 million market cap. Like, I think that, I think that CC Coin is undervalued at this point and is going to absolutely explode. So, excuse me, you have been warned. Now, let's talk the top 5. It is time to get into the top 5 coins. Let's talk number 1. Number 1 for anybody. Look, this should be the centerpiece of your portfolio. The top 5 cryptocurrencies of 2025 are, number 1 is going to be Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin is the king of crypto. Everything moves based on what on what Bitcoin does. Now, to illustrate that, if we look at TradingView and you were to look at your Bitcoin connection, by the way, Bitcoin dumping all the way down to 91.6 right now. Set your buy orders. Oh, Lord, have mercy. This is going to be nice. All right. So we've come down into this range right now. The market makers are trying to shake you out for the new year. This is your moment, by the way. All right. So go long on Bitcoin, and look right here, 91,000. That would be my estimation. Now, look, if it doesn't hold in this range right here, Bitcoin, if it doesn't hold in this range, then the next move is like down into this zone here. So that's 74.9 right there. So, I would suspect that we're probably going to be held up right here in that 88 to 90 range. So if you haven't already, look, sign up at KCEX or CoinW today and just go long on Bitcoin. Like, guys, this is the dip. Remember, timing is an issue. Let me show you just from timing, okay? Let me just show you why I'm kind of mannequing this one for you right now. Let's go to the beginning of 2024. So in 2024, here we are, December 30th, right here, we were at 42,000. Now it dipped down to 38,000. So if you had less than 10x leverage, that didn't matter to you. You just DCA'd a little bit along the way. But then when we got to the end of January, what happened for Bitcoin and why didn't it happen initially? Well, remember, we knew that there was an ETF getting ready to happen, and the ETF happened right here, which caused a dump. But then what happened after that? We went to the moon, okay? This went absolutely parabolic. Now, let's back up and let's look at, and by the way, this is going to apply to every single one of them, but here's the end of 2022. What happened at the end of 2022? Here we are right here. This is 2022. We're going down because it's Christmas, et cetera, and then boom, we go absolutely insane, parabolic, all the way up here to 30-something thousand, to the point that people were telling me, believes you're out of your mind. Bitcoin is not going to go to 50,000. It's not going to go to 60,000. It's not going to go to 70,000. They were all wrong. I was the right one, by the way. And then you have the piece de resistance, and that is, this is the market right here at the end of 2021. Okay, at the end of 2020. So at the end of 2020, we got boom, 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 and now we get this little range right here, and then this is what happens right afterwards. This is the beginning of 2021. Boom, 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 boom. And then we go a little bit sideways. We go a little bit sideways into the inauguration, right? Joe Biden is now your president. We're going off a cliff. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We dip down to the 50 MA, and then boom, we spike from, what is this, 29,000 up to 58,000. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, the beginning of the year is a perfect time for you to accumulate. Like, this is the moment right here. Go long, bitch. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's put our money where our mouth is. Let's put our money where our mouth is. All right. So we got some futures funds. We're just kind of sitting on over here. I'm probably down on one of these right now. No, I'm up on Solana. I have a Solana long in. It's only a few bucks, but we're going to cancel. I set a couple of orders here where I was going to buy some more. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to cancel that. Revoke, revoke, and revoke. Put our money where our mouth is. We got $100, right? Let's go over here. Let's go to Bitcoin. We're going to take Bitcoin, and we're going to go, you know what? Let's just do it. 20x. We're going to go 20x. We're going to go 20x. We're doing it. We're going 20x right now. We're going to go at market price. Wait, you know what? Let's do it now. Let's market prices, bitch. All right, so we are now in on a Bitcoin long at, what do we get in here? We got in at 91,945, and it's already starting to spike just a little bit. So, you know, maybe we'll see a nice little run. Now, my estimated liquidation here is 87,807. So I am taking a little bit of a risk right here in saying that I think it's going to start spiking and start pumping. But I do think that this dip right here, when we look at our liquidation heat map, let's refresh this just a little bit, and let's see if it spiked down there and took out the liquidity pool. So it took out the biggest liquidity pool, and then it stopped in between this range. I would say that it's probably headed to 93,600, because I don't know if it's going to come down here anymore. This is the 24-hour. If I look at it on the 1 month, it looks like it pretty much swept as much as it was going to sweep, and now it's on its way back up. So, and by the way, I could be completely off. I could get wiped out on this when it's $100, $200 total. Who gives a shit? But the number one, Bitcoin. So we're going to put our money where our mouth is. I just went long. If you haven't already, you can sign up at KCEX. It's in the bottom left. It's in the description down below, and you can start trading. Go long on Bitcoin right now on KCEX, or Weeks, WEEX, or Coin W. Now, I don't have Weeks up here in the profile, but I will pretty soon. Now, number one, Bitcoin, store of value. This is the one. It's going to go to 250 to 300,000 in this next bull run. So you're talking about 2.5x, maybe 3x. So Muskrat King says, hey, believes, are the original MSI tokens just launched and now we should buy the new one? Yes. I cashed mine out. Mine were originally, I want to say 1,400 or something like that. I cashed out $300. So, and I mean, you know, look, I'm not defending hacks or anything like that, but imagine how much Pablo lost. You know what I mean? So anyway, MSI is now running. All right. So next, number two is clearly Ripple, because Ripple the XRP token is about to have a phenomenal and exponential type run. And guys, look, here's what I want to say about XRP. And we got to look at this a couple different ways. Okay. XRP right now is at $2. It's down here at the 382. Again, I told you guys before that I thought that we're probably going to be testing this right here. And over here a couple days ago, didn't look like it. It looked like it was, coming down to this range. So it wasn't looking like it, but eventually it all seems to match up. So this is going to keep going. This will dip here and then boom, we're going to get a spike. Now, the question at this point was, because of regulation and laws, XRP is not in the United States. It's not heavy in the United States. It's heavy in Japan. It's heavy in Asian countries, but not the United States. In order to make the big money, it's going to have to be in the United States. Now, 115 billion market cap is what that's worth at this point, up 228% year to date. Now, we're at the end of the year, and the new broom, if you will, is going to sweep clean. And that new broom is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to go out of his way to make sure that the companies that have supported him, and XRP has been a supporter of Donald Trump. And guess what? This is going to be a payment mechanism in the United States within 6 months. Now, if that is the case, what is the value? And at 115 billion, we're not even approaching the value. This thing is going to go to, in my opinion, at least 1.4, 1.3 trillion market cap, which is exactly where I'm going to predict Ethereum is going to go, maybe even to 1.5 trillion. That's called hedging your bet. One guy gave to Kamala, the other one gave to Trump. That's called hedging your bet. And by the way, both of those candidates are from America. They're both Americans. Ripple is supporting America. So anyway, 115 billion. This thing's at $2 right now. My prediction is $27, which means about a 13x, which pushes it up to about a 1.4 trillion market cap. If it's at a 1.4 trillion market cap and Ethereum goes to 13,000, which I also predicted, that's a 1.6 trillion market cap for Ethereum. And that makes perfect sense to me that XRP would pass Tether, of course, and really start to move into the realm with Ethereum. Now, the other one on my list, not named XRP, is in fact Ethereum, because I do think that Ethereum is headed to 13,000. When you look at what Ethereum has done, and when you look at it from the context of, and we're zooming out here, this was the last bull cycle, right? This was the area right there. What do we know about crypto? We know that the golden ratio, the golden zone of 161.8% is where you're going to hit, right? If you're bullish and you're looking at it, then it's 12,727, which is right here, which we're going to call basically 13,000. Okay. Now, if it's 13,000, that's 4x from where we are right now. 4x from a 400 billion market cap is a $1.6 trillion market cap. So first, Ethereum is headed to 12,700. It's going to head to 13,000. Okay. That's the next level ultimately for Ethereum. Also, Ethereum is also deflationary now. Boom. Do you think XRP surpasses Bitcoin? No chance of that, because everything that I'm telling you right now is going to be based on another thing that's going to happen, and that's going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to end up going to 250 to 300,000. And if it goes up into the 250 to 300,000 range, then you have to look at it from this. Right now, it's trading at 1.8 trillion market cap. That means that I'm telling you it's going up to 5.5 to 6 trillion market cap. Bitcoin, not everything. Bitcoin is going up to a huge 5.5 to 6 trillion market cap. So, and by the way, let's not forget here where we are in the market. This is the total right now. We were at an almost $4 trillion market cap not that long ago. We're at 3.15 as of this moment right now. But make no mistake here, This is 3.7 trillion. We're not even getting into the bullish phase of this market yet. Okay. The bullish phase of this market caps out somewhere in this neighborhood up here of 6.5, 7 trillion. Now, my number here, I did this curve line that I gave you guys years ago based on these tops over here, based on where I thought this market was going to go, blah, 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 was not based on ETFs. It was not based on old money coming into the market. It was based on the natural progression of the market. Okay. Just based on just your natural progression of market. Okay. Now, if I take this out and I say the same process, and I say that I'm going to take my fib retracement and I'm going to put it down here at the bottom of the previous market. I'm going to take it to the top of the previous market. And then I'm going to get, where is the golden ratio? Well, the golden ratio is actually 8 trillion. That's the important part. I gave you 6 over here, but actually 8 looks more like it's in line and in the line of play. Now, here's the thing. This is where it gets interesting. Remember what I just gave you. I gave you this number, and I'm going to zoom it out all the way over here because I want you guys to see how it plays out almost symmetrically and perfectly to the point that you're like, okay, you know what? That's close enough. 7.5 or 8 trillion market cap, 7.75 trillion market cap actually clocks in around November. This is November, the top of the, or my estimation of the top of the bull market right over here is right at around 7 trillion. So the difference between 7 and 8 trillion is a couple of days in this market. Okay. So I think I'm right here. Like, this is where we're going to be. So you're going to be at 5.5 or 6 trillion market cap. Then you're going to have an XRP run that's going to do same. Now, in order for that to happen, this comes into play right here, which is beyond the golden ratio. This is the 261.8, and that's 10 trillion market cap. All of this is possible going into this new year. This is the power. And look, you may not like it because you're not a political person or something like that, but this is going to be because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump being the president and Donald Trump not giving a shit what people think. That matters a lot. Okay. So my XRP's $27. So Bitcoin 300,000, XRP 2,700, Ethereum 13,000. Let me go back here. All right. So, and by the way, the golden ratio for Bitcoin is 175,000. I think it's going to go the full fib retracement to the 423.6, which is 252,000. Okay. That's where it's going to end, in my opinion. As far as XRP goes, $27 is going to be the number. As far as Ethereum goes, you can see right here in the golden ratio is 13,000. So yes, in 2025, 13,000 is going to be. Now let's talk about, you guys want to get rich. Well, this is how you get rich. This is my number 4 crypto. And I'm not saving the best for last. To me, this is the best one right now. Okay. And this is DevE. It's the DevX blockchain. They've partnered with a major fintech organization. That announcement is coming in January, I think. I am not on the team. I am partnered with DevE. I've been partnered with DevE since almost the beginning. And I am a major holder in DevE. I'm a major holder in Fias. Fias is not on my list because I am not part of it's. I said I'm not going to put I'm not going to put derivatives of something into this list. So, as a matter of fact, that also means you don't see Phantom layer 2, you don't see Polygon layer 2, you don't see any layer 2s or anything like that. So, DevE is partnered with a major fintech organization because they are Web 2. I don't know when this launch is going to happen, but rest assured, when it does, this DevE project is going to go immediately to $1 billion market cap. Okay. That is what I think. Okay. Now, this is why. This is the important part. 8 million transactions per second, which is light years ahead of everybody else. Sub-second finality, which is seconds above everybody else. 10 million times cheaper than Ethereum. 1/3 billionth the energy use of Bitcoin, and it's the only ISO compliant green cryptocurrency. Do you hear what I just said? ISO compliant green cryptocurrency, which means no taxes in the United States, baby. Okay, this is a US company that will move its headquarters over here, no taxes. So what are you waiting for? Duh. Now, it has patented architecture, patented fraud, theft, and loss protection. And by the way, why is this? Because this is a permissioned, not permissionless blockchain. So they control everything here. You are not just aping into shit coins over here like Ethereum or something like that. This is built by business for business to do business. This is not built for degens. Now, if you decided you wanted to rent out some DevX blockchain and create your own meme coin paradise, you could do that. Okay, that would be also possible. Patented privacy, patented regulatory compliance, and patented cross-jurisdictional compliance. And here's what I mean by all of this: patented regulatory compliance. HIPAA compliance and the laws of the United States are programmed into this blockchain, but not just HIPAA compliance and the laws of the United States. The laws in every major nation are programmed in here, and that is to say what DevX is going to do as a business for you as a businessman is it's going to protect you from compliance issues. That is to say, let's say I want to send $1 million from myself to Russia. Russia has a law that prevents that from happening. The transaction will not go through, and you will be notified what laws are in violation. And then you can make sure to change whatever it is that you need to do in order to be in full compliance with all of the laws with your home country and the country that you're trying to send to. Also, and by the way, remember, this is not for you and me. This is for big businesses to stay in compliance. And also, that's what the patented cross-jurisdictional compliance means. And additionally, if you have a doctor, and because it is fully HIPAA compliant, if you try to transfer data from your doctor, tries to transfer data to somebody who's not a doctor, who doesn't have a HIPAA compliance form, the data will not transfer. So you are perfectly safe on this blockchain. It has endless uses and applications on it. And again, with this big fintech company about to make this announcement, this thing is going to go parabolic at some point. And let me point out to you guys the chart. And I'm going to tell you, and I don't mind diming them out when they say shit that I just like, what the fuck is going on here? I talked to Mr. Diamond Hands. If you guys know who Mr. Diamond Hands is, Mr. Diamond Hands is, he does Lunk Live, and he does spaces for Luna Classic Live. Now I told him about DevE, and he was like, Hoyle, why is it doing this? If it's so good, then this right here. Why is it doing this? And I said, well, it had a pre-sale. 60 days after the pre-sale, everybody got their first allotment of 40%. That's right here. Okay. So then after everybody got their allotment of 40%, what did they all do? They all sold because, bitches be tripping. So what happened is they got their 40% allotment and they all sold right here, made a nice little profit. And then every month, they got more. They got more and more and more for a vesting period all the way here to this date right here, right there. Okay, so what happened was they were selling because they were part of a pre-sale, and the pre-sale allotment was a linear vesting schedule after a cliff at 60 days. And the 60-day cliff was 40%, and then the rest of this was 60%. So what ended up happening? Well, it came down. And then people got word of who the partner is and started to realize, oh shit, something big is about to happen. And then it spiked completely up to about 50 cents. Then it came back down because, again, we were not done yet. And then the final unlock happened, and we had our final unlock, and then boom, it came down here to 25 cents. Since then, it's trading at or near 85 cents, near $1. So if you got in, if you listened to me all this time, and by the way, remember, we were doing this around 20, 30 cents. So, no matter what, I got all of you in at this level. Okay. Now, let's take that into, we got to go back over here. All right. So, let's do a little bit of this. This is Eugenio Javier Garcia de la Torre for support. Duncan Murray is the head of Impact. Now, I want to point out something here. This is Duncan Murray. This is their head of Impact. And I want to show you. Oh, let's continue as please, by all means. Oh, fuck this goddamn site. Solve this puzzle so we know you're a real person. Okay. I hate fucking. Oh, your account has been tempered. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, Duncan Murray, you know what? I'm not even going to do this bullshit. Or I'm going to do it while I'm talking to you, saying that I'm not going to do it, but I am going to do it. Duncan Murray is formerly... okay, they want me to give them a document. Oh, I don't have a LinkedIn account anymore. Fuck that. They're not getting my documents for LinkedIn. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. All right, so let's try this one more time. And let's go down here. And let's talk about this. Okay, so this is what he's doing, or what he was doing down here. We're not doing a security check. Sorry. Anyway, he used to be part of BlackRock, just for anybody who wants to know. Also, he was previously part of Tudor Capital. If you don't know who those two companies are, you're not in finance at all. So Duncan Murray, big time guy. Austin Ramp is part of BlockBytes. Ray Quintana is the CEO. These, by the way, these are big time guys. Davin Broadbent, he's moved to Australia for marketing and operations. Head of digital is Christoph Berlog. Business development is Bellum Tamayo. Ahmet Gulp in finance. By the way, you can connect to each and every one of these, and you can go check each and every one of these guys out and verify their credentials. And when you do, you're going to get this world-class sort of feeling, okay? And as you go down here, there's the white paper. So let's pop the white paper in. Let's download without completing the form, because we don't want to do that. We want... and here's all you need to know. You can go down here, read the white paper, understand what it does, understand how this thing works, what their consensus algorithm is. All that you need to know about DevE is available right here. Now, that's what you need to know about this project. It is going to rip. It's going to explode. Once that announcement is made, it is my anticipation here, and I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know. My prediction is $10. Okay. That was originally my prediction, was about $10. However, the team feels like when they make this announcement, it's going to $50. Okay. Now, is the team right? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, here's the thing. Let's go back over here and let's look at what is the value of this project. Now, for me, I would think that it's in line with something like VeChain or something like that, which is about 3.5 billion market cap. VeChain is 3.5 billion market cap. Now, if I compare market caps between DevE and VeChain, then that would mean a $40. That would mean a $40 DevE. Here's the problem with that. If you come over here, the information is correct, but the information at CoinMarketCap is not correct. Why is it not correct? Well, let's go to DVE. And they've asked them to update this and fix it. The total supply is not 120 million. The total supply is 75 million. So we're looking here at a total market cap of 64 million with a current market cap of circulating supply of 32.8 million. But if you look over here, it says 74 million. The market cap over here is more than the number of coins they have, and they haven't updated it. So the DevE price should be actually almost double what this is. So the DevE price would be probably in the neighborhood of $70 or maybe even $80 or close to that if it went to the VeChain price. And by the way, that's a 46x from where it is right now, but that's 100x from where it was, where it really is over here for the actual market cap. So it is my belief that this thing is going to just go banana zone parabolic as people discover, oh, wow, there's a lot to this thing. Something magical, quote unquote, is about to happen. So DevE is, for me, going to be that jewel in the crown, if you will. Now, not only that, I should point out that DevE has another thing that's different now than when it launched. When it launched, Fias, which is this token right here, and this is a micro cap, and this is not part of this. This is not part of this discussion, but Fias is what they're going to. Originally, it was running Litcraft. Litcraft is a game that you can download and you can play today, and Fias is the token that runs it. However, they have changed the way that they do business, and Fias is now going to be the gas that runs all video games that launch on the DevX platform. That means that any game manufacturer, any game creator, anybody in gaming, just like if you pay with Ethereum, you're going to pay with Fias. So all transactions are going to be settled in Fias for the gaming wing of that, which I think brings some value to Fias. Now, Fias is currently trading, if you are checking, at 7.6 million market cap with about 200,000 in liquidity. Now, it is my estimation that this doesn't have nearly as high a run as DevE, but if this thing went to 100 million market cap, if it went to 100 million market cap, that's about 12 to 13x from where it is right now. 14, it's 14x. So 14x to me from here, I would consider to be a resounding success. If for any reason it ended up going, 500 million market cap, right? That's what, 60, 70, it's about 70x from where it is right now. They'll be fantastic. This thing would be a success to me at a 100 million market cap as the gas that runs its ecosystem, the gaming ecosystem. So if you haven't, it is time for you to go check out DevE. And my final one, again, DevE is my passion play. That's my project. That's the one that I believe is going to be the big one. But the other one that I think is going to be not as big, but much bigger and almost a slam dunk at this point is going to be API 3. Now, the problem for me with API 3, and it's not really even a problem, it's really just that API 3 right here is like, again, you look at everything and you take impulse move, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Elliott wave, 6, 7, 8. We've completed an Elliott wave on API on a bunch of these different ones, right? We've had all these little impulse moves. So I think that we're like this. I think everything is about to go parabolic. Now, I was wrong about API going to $40 by the end of the year. I really thought that we would see this, what was going on here. I thought we would kind of get at the beginning of December a lot more than we got out of the altcoin market, but Bitcoin sucked everything. It just absolutely wrecked. Just didn't happen. So I think there's a long way to go. What I think is going to happen, though, is I think that ultimately API 3 is going to end up in this range right here, somewhere between $100 and $300 going into the next year. Okay. So again, this is another one where, the banana zone is going to find this thing, and then it's just going to absolutely go parabolic, and it's going to go into this range. Now, what is API 3? Read any data feed on the API market. enable OEV network, this is your Oracle. And then you can start earning. So this is available through ApeChain, Arbitrum. For every major crypto, it's available. API data feeds get their data directly from the source without relying on third-party middlemen. What that means is you don't have to go through Chainlink. Chainlink is not partnering you. And here's the problem. When you look at something like Chainlink, there's a middleman right here. And then there's there's a buyer and the seller, right? So let's use the mic here. And that's going to be right there in the middle. And you have a buyer and you have a seller, right? There's your buyer, there's your seller, right? Chainlink is the microphone right in the middle. Well, with API 3, it's just these two. All you're using is a dApp that you bought that is actually feeding whatever it is that you're looking for, and you're not using anything in between other than the dApp, and you're not using it as a third party. You're directly controlling it and what happens. So it's going to simplify and make it a less friction transaction, which means to me that API 3 could go to exactly where Chainlink is right now. Chainlink is still going to explode. But if we go over here and we say, well, what if API 3 what if API 3 went to the same level as Chainlink? $108. And that's not Chainlink at the end of this market. That's Chainlink today. So if you come down here, you find Chainlink at about a 13 billion market cap. In this bull run, Chainlink is going to 5x, probably going to go to 60 or 70 billion market cap. In the event that API 3 actually goes crazy and starts to steal some of this business, then this could go to 30 or 40, while in fact Chainlink doubles what it's currently doing at 108 and ends up going to 300 and ends up being that next big play. The difference here is market cap, 185 million market cap versus 12.7 billion market cap. So number 5 on my list is going to be API 3, and that knocks it out. So number 1, Bitcoin. Number 2, XRP. Number 3, Ethereum. Number 4, DevE. And number 5, API 3. Those are my top 5 predictions. Now, are those going to be the ones that give you the most X's? No. However, I do think that these are going to be a combination of the safest plays that you can make that will definitely go up and definitely have a nice run. And number 2, and this is more important, it gives you 2 different products that give you an opportunity to get 100 to 200x gains and change your life. Now, in going back, there are a few of them that I do think are going to have significant runs. Terra Luna Classic going to have a significant run, but I think that's only a 20 or 30 or 40x, maybe 100x, maybe 100x. But at this point, if it goes 10x, I will feel pretty confident that it did a decent job. And I might have to look at another bull run for that. But I do think that there is a possibility of a really, and by the way, for those of you that are Terra Luna Classic fans, just remember something. January 5th, FTX releases about $12 billion worth of money to people. That means that they're going to pump, and Luna Classic is going to pump, because Luna Classic pumps along with FTX, FTT. So there's a lot going on out here in the woods and the weeds, if you will, for Luna Classic. But, you know, all of these, and look, there's plenty of them. We're going to be talking about more of them. Today was just the top 5 for 2025. So those are my top 5 for 2025. Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum. And by the way, Bitcoin, 300,000, 250 to 300,000, XRP, $25 to $30, Ethereum between $12 and $13,000, DevE between $50 and $500, and then API 3 between $100 and $300. So there's what I think is going to happen. We've got one more day, 2 more days, maybe And we might even get a dip at the beginning of the year. You never know. But ultimately, you are looking at, we're about to hit the big run. We're about to hit the moment where everything starts to go parabolic. So strap in, strap on, whatever it is you do it in the privacy of your own room. But that's it. That's the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. There'll be a show tomorrow, and then we'll be on a Happy New Year break. So that Happy New Year break is going to last for no time. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be here on January 1st, because we're going to be talking about crypto every single day. That's not financial advice, but I'm always. Well, it's safe to say now that we're in the best phase of the bull market, and everything indicates that we've got 4 or 5 more active and volatile months in crypto ahead of us until spring. There are tons of bullish factors, and what's especially exciting this time is that this bull run isn't fueled by retail. Top institutional players are making big moves, giving the market much more growth potential than previous crypto cycles. We can't afford to miss this opportunity. Given the current market situation, now is the perfect time to accumulate positions. While weak hands are selling, institutions are buying. And for those looking to maximize gains from this bull run without taking unnecessary risk, Cryptonomy has launched an innovative product that unlocks the full potential of their elite trading team. And guys, I am thrilled to introduce you to the Cryptonomy Margin Trading Program. With this program, every Cryptonomy user can fully capitalize on the current market phases, backed by phenomenal performance achieved by the Cryptonomy team, thanks to extensive preparation for this period. Now, let's talk about some of the key features. You can customize your trading position to fit your needs. You can select the duration of the trade, the leverage level, and any of the 700 plus available coins for trading, and you know they have a big supply. Profits accumulate daily in the native coin of your deposit. All trading activity is insured up to 6.1 GBP by the Cryptonomy Foundation, making this product highly secure for users while granting access to margin trading benefits and years of trading expertise. Combine this program with staking and the Launchpool to unlock the full potential of your Cryptonomy account. This allows every user to maximize gain during this period while eliminating risks and FOMO, which is critical at this time. Now, guys, if you are interested in future and margin trading, this is your time to get in. You can make a deposit and start trading today. All right, guys, I've got a lot of different stakes out here right now. I'm going to add to this. We're going to create a deposit. We're going to make it maximum XRP. There's a 71.8% return over here on the 9-month, which I'm going to take. All right, we've completed that transaction, $49.95. Now we're going to do the same with Bitcoin. I'm going to use 0.19 Bitcoin. We've created another one. Guys, it is that easy for you to earn significant yields. We're using 9 months because I think the top of the market is going to be about 9 months from now. It's going to be a great opportunity. This is how you make generational wealth.